Why would he? How's the war in Iran going? It's going this well.
All right. What market is this? This is NQ futures. What happened that it sold off so much overnight? This is just more of the fallout from the war, man. More fallout from the war. Got a lot of lows down here that I would potentially, if I had to guess, I would think that this is where we're headed. We'll see, though. We shall see. We shall see. I would imagine we're gonna push through. We'll see, though. I don't really like to predict, like I've said before. Just react to whatever we get. I feel like TikTok is shadow banning my stuff for some reason. Feeling better? Yeah, I'm feeling better. Just had some stomach stuff going on yesterday. Nothing major. Appreciate that, Andre. Archie, doing great, man. Doing great. February is a good month. Started off March pretty strong yesterday. Made about 6,000, 6,100, something like that. Cannot complain, man. How you been? In shorts, TP at London low. I might even trail my stop once it hits that London low, man, because I mean, you do what you want. I could be completely wrong, but I feel like we're going to go lower than that. But trade your strategy, your plan. That's a good idea. I like trade. What was your entry? Gonna zoom out and show you liquidity marks. Yeah. A ton of them. You need to see are you looking for the price? I can give you specific prices if you need that. 1 hour fair value gap, 15-minute inversion, break of structure also. Yeah, I like that. I like that, Tyson. Oh, they go pretty far back, man. I think on ES, my lines go back to November. This is from September. They're pretty far back. These are daily marks, so if you go to the daily chart, you can see these from the daily. And the reason it looks like this is because obviously contract changes. Trading on my phone at work, stacking evals. There you go. I like that. Trading my live when I'm off work. That's smart. Good morning. Good morning. Appreciate it, Mimi. Yeah, you got to go to the daily, Kyle. That's where most of those lower marks are. I mean, you can see the Asia low, New York AM low, London low, but past that, those other sell-side liquidity marks that I have are from a while ago. What's up with TikTok shadow banning me, man? They've done that recently. Like my last post got like 200 views, and now my lives are getting like very little exposure. It's crazy. Must have done something to piss them off. Do you trade the news? Don't typically. I wait for the dust to settle, man, and get the afterglow, but there's no news today. No scheduled news, at least. Nothing that would really affect trading. No orange or red folder. What's the probability that ES will hit 6,700 by close? I mean, I have some marks down there. I have some marks. I think there's a good chance we could go that low. Who knows, though, man? Didn't we take out London low already? No. On ES, it's at 6742.75. On NQ, it is 24,370. Hey, I appreciate that, man. When are you taking trades? And do you hold long? No, I don't hold long typically. And I take trades after the market opens. So we got another 20 minutes, 19 minutes, something like that, 20 minutes. Just wanted to say I quit vaping and you helped me put it down fully. Thanks. Hey, appreciate that, Braden. Glad I could be of some influence on that, but you did that. I don't take any credit for that, man. That's awesome, though. You're gonna feel a lot better. I know how hard that is too, because I vaped for a while. It's extremely difficult, but I can tell you from experience, you will feel a lot better. Epic, depends on who you listen to. PJ says 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. To me, that's cutting it short, because the actual London session runs from 3 a.m. to 12 till noon Eastern time. So what I do is I cut it off at 8 a.m. and that's when my New York AM starts. So I do it from 2 a.m. to 8 a.m. Eastern time. And this low right here was at 6:20 a.m. if you're looking at the 5-minute chart. What's the most you've made in a month? 106,000. And that was in November. Already, dude, it's been 5 days. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Biggest thing for me was my appetite. And I slept better too. Yeah, PJ, I think, cuts his off at 5 a.m. But that's a pretty big gap, if you think about it, between 5 a.m. and 8 a.m. That's why I keep mine at 8 a.m. What's up, Mac? Verse of the day? No, I was waiting for more people to get in here, man. I got a couple, so I'll go ahead and read one. The first one's from Isaiah 55, 8 through 9. My thoughts are not your thoughts, neither. This is God talking, I would imagine. My thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. It is the Lord talking. As the heavens are higher than earth, so are my ways higher than yours, and my thoughts than your thoughts. Basically, to me, that means you might think you know what's best, but you don't. You don't know what I'm thinking. You don't know what I have planned. Just relax. Trust me. That's what I take away from that. Might not make sense, but it will eventually. What a dump last night. Yeah. Nick, what's up, man? Think we might go down, sweep those lows on Bookmap and go up. There's loads of orders above on S&P. Do you think Apex passed up Lucid in terms of a budget beginning option? So first off, I agree with you that I think we'll dump. I don't know. I mean, like I've said before, I'm not in the business of predicting. I'm in the business of reacting. My instinct is that we'll dump, but who knows? Who knows? And no, I do not think that Apex passed up Lucid. There's many reasons why Lucid is a good beginner account. One of the big ones is there's no time limit. So like with most firms, including Apex, after 30 days, it charges you again for the subscription, unless you pass or fail the account. And with Lucid, there's no time limit. So you can have an account and just take your time, no rush. So I think that's a huge benefit to Lucid. I also think that Tradeify, with their select plan that they have, being able to take daily payouts, and the fact that their 50K account only has a $2,500 target profit target, is extremely. That extra $500, you wouldn't think it's that big of a deal, but a lot of people, they get that close to the 3K mark, and then all of a sudden the wheels fall off for some reason. So you can get those mental wins by passing those evals. So much of trading is psychological, man. So if you can stack these mental wins, where hey, Mimi, appreciate all those gifts. That's awesome. Thank you. You can stack those mental wins, whether it's taking a daily payout or just passing an eval. That does something to you psychologically, where you're breaking barriers. How do you have your Bookmap like that? Mine looks different. It's all about how you zoom, man. Like, this is the same instrument right here. It's just a different zoom. Same with ES. This is ES right here. It's all about how you zoom in and out on it. You can make it look all different kinds of ways. Got Bookmap a week ago, still learning how to read it. Any tips? Do what you're doing, man. I spent a lot of time not even looking for trades, just watching Bookmap in conjunction with TradingView, and just you're going to spend days and days and days and days and days. It takes a long time, but the more you do it, the more you'll understand it in terms of knowing what you're seeing. Also, one of the biggest things is understanding days where Bookmap isn't being respected. The same way you have days where ICT principles aren't being respected. Fair value gaps are just getting blown through. They're not bouncing off of it. You have days where Bookmap's like that, where you'll see these major liquidity pools and price will come right up to it and just completely fall away from it, or push away from it from down low. Most times when Bookmap is operating, the way that you want to see it operating, those levels are magnetic. So you'll see price just eat those, just gobble up those levels. Scroll your mouse wheel, Nick. Scroll your mouse wheel. You can do it on the chart and then on the numbers also. Two different zoom types. What is the best Lucid account? I like the flex accounts, man, because there's no consistency in funded. Why you been getting cooked, Epic? Stuffed, what up? How long do you think it should take to pass an eval? It's subjective, man. I mean, it depends on where you are in your trading journey. Depends on, you know, a lot of different things. If you're you know, a trader that's been doing this for a long time, you're taking payouts consistently, you happen to just blow up some accounts and you need to get back on the road, you need to get your build your accounts back up, I'd say be a little more aggressive. But if you're new to trading, take it slow, man. There's no rush. Don't put a time frame on yourself. I think that's a good way to screw with your psychology and cause you to actually delay your progress. Pizza Man, what's up? I was 60 away from passing and blew it. Yeah, I've done that. That's what I was talking about with that psychology when people get so close to passing. That's why I think those Tradeify plans with the $2,500 profit target, those are really beneficial for newer traders. I'm live here on TikTok and then on the tube as well. No, contracts haven't. You shouldn't change contracts yet. Volume is still in this contract. Santi, what's up, man? Nick, go ahead and, I don't necessarily recommend this all the time, but if NQ just looks terrible, try the MNQ contract and see if that gives you a clearer view. MNQH6. See if that's a little more clear. At Christian Trades Live. Scott, what's up, man? My gut tells me we might want to dump, but you know, who knows? We're just going to react to whatever we get. Yeah, it is. Koozie. Yeah, you're using trading or Tradeivate. Yesterday I had the most perfect trade setup. Took money out early, but exactly what I thought would happen did happen. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I did. I ate pretty well yesterday. Using Quant Tower, I am completely unfamiliar with them. Completely unfamiliar with them. I've never even looked at that platform. I've heard good things. I just haven't explored it. I use Tradeivate, so I'm unfamiliar. That's it right there. I just put it in the chat for you there. Cancel. You heard about Apex new rules? Yeah, posted about it several times. You tried Lucid's new Trade C platform? It's clean. I have tried it on paper. I haven't bought any accounts with it. I'm comfortable with the setup that I have, man. I haven't seen a need. There's nothing that they offer with that really entices me to make the switch. I think it's great for people who were coming from Project X and who want the simplicity of, you know, copying multiple accounts and whatnot. Probably pretty beneficial for those people, but I got my own setup going here that I'm comfortable with. Didn't we sweep daily and weekly lows? Yeah, but I think we're still going lower, man. We got some more daily lows underneath us here. This is the daily chart that you're looking at. We swept this daily from earlier that you're talking about, I think, and the daily from yesterday. This Asia low down here is a daily. We got a couple more lows, even lower than that. Could be wrong. My analysis could be wrong. Don't, you know, sit here and just blindly short based on what I'm saying. That's not ever advisable. And I'm willing to be wrong. A lot of times I am. Price will do its own thing. So Stan, I like if I see a unicorn setup, I'll take it. Unless the book map is showing me that it's not an advisable trade to take. If it, like, for instance, if we swept this London low and we had a unicorn, but I'm seeing on the book map that there's just massive orders underneath us here, I'd be really hesitant to take that trade. Will you try to short though today? If I see on book map and based on price action that that's the direction we want to go, then yeah, I'll capitalize on it. I think the best way to go about this is you can sit here and have a plan and think what you would do in either scenario, whether it goes up or down. But ultimately, you need to just kind of keep an open mind and wait for price to tell you what it wants to do when the market opens. It doesn't lag that much for me, man. The TradingView, I use the data that's provided through the prop firms, but I also have TradingView data as well. But I execute on Trade-of-8. So what you'll see here on the chart, you know, I don't always sit here and click on the chart and do executions through TradingView. I'll do it through, I mean, you've probably seen me post my setup here. Pretty big monitor, and I have half my monitor is Trade-of-8, half of it's TradingView. So I'll execute on Trade-of-8 over here on the right side of my screen. Get cleaner entries and exits. Appreciate that, man. If I tell you my strategy, can you tell me what's right or wrong about it? I mean, I don't know that that's necessarily an effective way to critique your strategy. You can do that, and I can tell you whether there's something glaringly wrong with it. But, you know, your strategy is your strategy. You have to develop something that works for you. If something's not working, then you got to assess what it is. But like what I do could be completely different than what works for somebody else. The more traders you meet and talk to or watch, you'll understand that everybody has their own strategy. You know, whether it's loosely based on ICT or supply and demand or whatever, but there's no cookie cutter way that works for everyone. Wait for London session high or low to get hit on a 5 minute and then go down to 1 minute. Wait for the signal like PA doesn't want to go lower, for example. See a book map. I think book map's the biggest key in all of that. I mean, sweeping of major levels is nice to wait for an entry. You obviously don't want to be taking a trade in premium or in the dead middle of the zone. It is a strategy. Again, Nick, the biggest thing about trading though is psychology. So part of your trading strategy needs to be, I take X amount of trades and stop trading whether I'm green or red. I think that's a strategy in and of itself. Sometimes not trading is a strategy, and that's a really effective strategy. Hey, praise Jesus, man. Love that. Glad to have you here. Do you enter pre-market sometime? Very, very rarely. Very, very rarely. I blew over 12K now. Yeah. I mean, you're not alone in that. That's not unique. I think the rules, if you can develop a set of rules that protect you from blowing accounts or from having red days that are just massively red, that can definitely help your progress a lot. That's one of the biggest things, dude, is you're going to have red days, but minimizing how big those days are is the most important thing. A lot of people, they can't handle being wrong, or AKA a loss, and it causes them to overtrade and end up making their red days 10 times worse than they would have been. Sometimes you're just off your game, man, or you're not seeing price well, or the market just wants to do something different. And you got to say, okay, I'm done for the day. You know, I'm down $500, I'm down $1,000, whatever it is, and just walk away. Maybe you didn't take a trade at all. You just got to, walking away, it will save you more money than taking, you know, the best trades that you can imagine. Because you're going to have losing days. Everyone is. That's the biggest thing I struggle with too, man. I'm not speaking from a place where I have that mastered yet. I still struggle with it, but I'm getting a lot better at it. What's up, Zach? How's it going, man? Day 1200 of asking for a PEC flash. Can't do it, man. Back to square one. What in the world? Yeah, Muncie. Yeah. A lot easier said than done. Oh, that's why I'm getting shadow banned, dude. I didn't realize you guys could hear the music. See, every time I play music, TikTok shadow bans me. Ever used Lux Algo Smart Money concept indicator? Yeah, Lux Algo makes some good indicators, man. At the end of the day, though, indicators only do so much. This is the 5-minute chart right here. This is what I like to keep it on for the open. Then when I'm starting to get close to taking a trade, I'll drop down to the 1 minute. I'm actually going to mute that music, man, because I don't want TikTok shadow banning my stuff. Where's it coming from? Is he gone? No, I don't trade the orb. You think we're going to be long? I actually think we're going to dump. So that's interesting. But you could be right. I mean, there's no telling. Trailing stop last week. Yeah, just bounce back, man. $20 seconds here. Let's lock in, see what happens. How long have you been trading? Over 4 years. Here we go. A lot of orders above us now on Bookmap coming in. Yeah, full time. I'm in school as well. Thunder. I'm in college right now. Orders up to 24,600 here on Bookmap. Strong. VWAP is right around 24,610. Have it anchored from 6 p.m. last night. Pushing through this hard. Whoever said long on open, there you go. You need to give us a pre-market analysis every time. We'll see if this keeps pumping or turns around here at the VWAP. Rejecting off the VWAP right now. God is good, man. Spencer, this is NASDAQ futures. There you go, Nick. Rejecting hard off that VWAP. ES still has some room to the upside here. Big order stacked at 6,800 on ES. Do you have set time for lives? Yeah, 9 a.m. Eastern time to about 11 a.m. I get off right about 11. Slow and steady, Nick. Can't connect my TradeAvate to TradingView. Something's messed up. Go through that video that I posted where I was walking somebody else through exactly how to get that going. Make sure that all of those steps are satisfied. Hit the CE of the 1 hour and rejected. Yep. Swept all this liquidity here. We'll see how much lower we go. Still a ton of orders at 6,800 on ES. Appreciate that, Nick. I'm glad it's helping, man. I'm glad it's helping. Strong push back down here. Got my first payout Friday, blew my account on Monday. That does happen, but at least you made money. Orders up to 24,540 here. See if it pulls back there and then dumps. There's 540. Now let's see if it goes lower at this point or it continues up. More orders flashing at 65 now. Keep saying TradingView unauthorized. It keeps saying unauthorized on TradingView. I'm not sure what that's about, Matthew. Try logging everything out and starting over. Pushing back up to the VWAP now. Yeah, be really careful, Matthew. Make sure you're setting your stops immediately. Set your stop before you set your take profit, especially with the way price is going to move today. No, stuff. I don't think that's a bad habit, man. If you do what works, if that can work on a continuous basis for you, you do what works. Will, what's up, man? You do long-term stocks? Yeah, I do. Pushing hard. We got orders up to 24,650 now. I don't think it's going to move slow. I think it could range, though. Feels dirty. A lot of orders just got yanked underneath here. NQ. This is NQ. What do you think about Frontline? Not familiar, David. It can vary sometimes. Jazz fine. It can. Negative 347. What happened there? Did you try to short that? Shipping company. Okay. Yeah, that's not that bad of a day, man. Smart not to make it worse, though. It's one of those days where it's leaving orders behind. There was a huge stack of orders at 67.95 on ES, and it went right up to 67.93, I think, and turned around. You guys be really careful with this. I can't tell what it wants to do, to be honest. You want to start trading gold? I don't recommend it. Just swept a bunch of sell side there on the book map. From what you're hearing. I don't recommend it. No, I've traded gold like 7. I've taken 7 in my life. I think I've taken a total of 7 gold trades. I have not taken one this year. I don't recommend it. You can get burned real easily on it. I think this is going to have to break out one way or the other before I get interested, because this is just in this range right here. Naz just froze on TradeLocker. Unfamiliar with TradeLocker, man. I use TradingView and TradeMate. Excuse me. You don't like silver either? I don't recommend it, man. If you're not just eating on NQ and ES, I don't recommend making that switch. I think this is you need to be doing extremely well on NQ and ES before you make that switch. I think in order, I mean, this is just my opinion. Everybody's got an opinion. But for trading precious metals like that, you definitely need to have Bookmap. Bookmap looks like this wants to dump, but I don't trust it. Isaiah, what's up, man? Man, every time you're not live, I feel like we get the best PA. Yesterday was nice, dude. It was clean. It was just straight up, basically. Negative 400 or 400? What trading platform do you use? So you mean like prop firms? Lucid, Tradeify, Take Profit Trader, Apex. Those are all firms that I highly recommend and that I trade with. Wish I could trust myself enough to enter. I've been 80% on forward tests. What can I do? Dude, 80%, bro, is good. 80%, if you have an 80% win rate, that's better than, I mean, dude, professional traders, the majority of them, see, this is what's crazy here. There was just a massive stack of orders at 24,500. Instead of absorbing those, price just turned right around. Professional traders, like that are trading on the floor, most of them are right around like 45% at best. If you're trading 80%, you should be cleaning shop, man. You got to make sure that your profit factor is there, though. If your win rate is great, but your profit factor is completely off, then meaning you're losing way more than you're winning, then you're going to have a tough time. Right up to the VWAP at 24,605 and then turn right around. This is dangerous, PA, man. I'd be really careful trying to trade this. You first, man. You're in shorts already? Yeah, my pre-market analysis was that I would anticipate these lows getting smacked. But I'm waiting for confirmation before I take that. Yeah, Matthew, I would say just take the day off until you get that worked out, man. You got to figure that out. I'm not sure what your problem is. I've never had it tell me that it's not authorized like that. I don't know what it's doing. Try Chat GPT in it. I know that sounds silly, but sometimes that works. This is why I need to learn order flow. Got smacked twice. Yeah, even if you're trading order flow, man, this is not typically what I would want to trade. I would wait for a breakout. Yo, been doing good, man. Been doing good. Living the dream over here. 1.3K today. There you go. Congratulations, man. No risk, no Ferrari. Somebody's been in PJ's chats. Scalp short off VWAP. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, it has been just bouncing off that VWAP. Went above it slightly, but pretty much bouncing there. A lot of orders underneath this. I'll show you the book map real quick. Keeps coming to these 20s and then turning around. Let's see if it'll go through these. I think if it pushes through these, it'll make a pretty good drop here. Just keeps rejecting off of this level. Let's see it. There you go. There you go. Now don't pull back. Keep going. Keep going. There you go. $760. Man, that's way up there. I'm not even looking at that. I don't need to know that high up on the chart for my trading style. Typically, if price is moving, if Bookmap is operating correctly from this like 25 level down to maybe in these 90s would be all I need really. Get in, get out, and make $1,000. So keep it moving. 1,000 per account would be a good amount on the day. Bro's trading alien charts. So back up into the mid 500s here. Times you trade? I trade from 9 a.m. until 11. It's amazing how many people are unfamiliar with Bookmap. I guess the majority of the trendy TikTok traders don't talk about Bookmap. Typically what you look for is you see these massive like red lines down here. These are limit orders set on the chart, liquidity pools. Now you have them up to the VWAP. I would imagine this is probably going to push to the VWAP again and maybe turn around. But on a regular day where Bookmap is, Kira, you don't know what you're talking about. I appreciate your advice, man, but with all due respect, you have no clue what you're talking about. I would imagine that on a typical Bookmap day, these major liquidity levels, they get absorbed rather quickly. So price typically goes to those. Like yesterday, if you were watching Bookmap yesterday, it was just clear as day where price was headed. Hence why I was able to make so much money yesterday. But days like this, where it just comes to these liquidity levels, pretty range-bound day. So it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough. You want to see, like, typically when you saw all those orders down here at 2,500, they got absorbed. Typically that would create some momentum to continue down even lower. That's what you would see. You'd see these orders down here get absorbed, and then price would just absolutely flush to the downside. But you look at this in conjunction with TradingView, and you can see that it's pretty range bound here. We're just staying in this consolidation. So, not ideal. Hence why I'm not in a trade as well. Did the opposite of what I'm supposed to do, and I blew my account. What happened? Trinity accounts be losing yesterday. I bought 9:30 open, made 1.3 when everyone said not to. Yeah, I did the same thing. Bookmap was clear as day to the upside yesterday. I ended up making 6,100 on the day. It was a good day. I use anchored volume profile, point of control, key levels. Yeah, those are all good. I mess with footprint some, yeah. Smack for 2K 8 a.m. orb. There you go, man. That orb plays out. I like the orb. I don't trade it personally, but I think it's I think it's a pretty successful strategy for most people. A lot of trading just comes down to your psychology, man. Your ability to create some rules that protect you, some guardrails, and being able to stick to them. My buy is holding on for dear life. $13.50 on the short, very nice. Did not follow my rules and didn't wait, was impatient. Have a lot to learn, should have never traded. Hey, look, man, that right there, that self-awareness is huge, because most people, they don't have the ability to, a lot of people who don't find success with trading, it's because they don't have the ability to be honest with themselves and reflect. They'll blame price action, they'll blame everything else but themselves, and they won't sit there and analyze what they personally did wrong. So being able to do that is a huge thing. And now that you know what you did wrong, you can fix it. Fix it. If the problem is not clicking the button, turn the mouse off. Do something. You can, I mean, that's an actual mechanical thing that you can do, but you know, maybe there's something else you can do psychologically. Put some music on that lowers your, you know, your adrenaline, that calms you down. Do something. I'd like to listen right now. I have Rick Ross on. That's not typically good, but I have a playlist of chill music that I just like to listen to. It keeps me centered. That beard looks soft. You should come feel it. Come snuggle on it. Previous session highs and lows. Yeah, that's good. What's the name of the screen you had on before? It's called Bookmap. It's a level 2 data software. Highly recommend checking it out, man. The majority of people who are very successful traders, they use Bookmap. I wouldn't mind putting some music on with me. Hey, don't tease me with a good time, man. I got some pizza. Just made some cinnamon rolls. Throw on a little Marvin Gaye. We'll call it a day, man. How do you get rid of analysis paralysis? Sometimes I try to look for 50 confluences for the perfect hit. If you've back tested enough, man, and you've been doing this long enough, you start to be more comfortable with your own decision making. Part of it, I think I've heard somebody else say this before, and this isn't like a cop out, but a lot of this becomes instinctual. You start to feel it, like you just have a feeling. Like right now, I have a feeling that I don't want to trade this just because of the way that it's looking. It just doesn't feel good to me. Hey, I love you too, man. Don't work too hard. Do you think it's possible doing this with just a phone and make money? I think if you've been doing this for a long time and you have been successful on, the computer, then yeah, you could probably do pretty well just from a phone. I think if you're starting out from a phone, it's going to be pretty difficult. You're limited on your information. Why is price barcoding? Could be from the dump last night, just consolidation now. Libby says, hey man, are you going to take a trade now? Libby, what do you see here? And I'm not being a mean or a smart aleck. What do you see here that justifies a trade in either direction? You're just consolidating in this little range right here. How long did it take you to become a profit? How long did it take you? Dude, I've been trading for over 4 years, and last year was the year that I actually really made some money. So it depends, man. Everybody's journey is different. That's how long it took for me. Verse of the day posted. Bunch of orders lower here. Love to see a breakout instead of this chop. What's your biggest payout? A lot of firms limit you on the size, but the biggest month that I had, I made 106,000 in November, and of that I withdrew 70 something. And then I withdrew another 50 something in December. And that was with Apex. Apex and Take Profit Trader. Verse of the day. Tristan posted. Tristan, this is the same verse I read earlier. We must get our verses from the same place, man. I'll read it again. Isaiah 55, 8 through 9. My thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. That's weird, man. I'm glad you got it figured out, though. Made 1,200 on the orb. There you go. Appreciate you doing this and all your insight. Biggest tip to become profitable: patience. Learn not to click the button. Learn when not to click the button. To me, this is dangerous price action for the way that I trade. So I know whatever strategy you develop for yourself, this could be a day that's great for you. For me, it's not. But when you have days that you see are just not ideal for your trading style, what you should do is hop off the charts, because there's plenty of other days to trade. It's no point in trying to force something to work on a day that doesn't feel ideal to you and your style. Do you use alpha ticks? No, I don't. Hopefully you're back to your 20 accounts now. I'm up to 12. I'm up to 12. You want long so bad? My issue is walking away. Got to be the dumbest way to not be profitable. Yeah, I mean, it's the easiest to fix, though. I mean, in terms of the actual I know it's not easy to actually do, but in terms of, it's not like your analysis is wrong or you're having to learn some crazy technical, like literally it's just walking away. It's the hardest thing, but it's the easiest. It's the hardest psychologically. What makes you say this isn't a good day for your strategy? This ranging like this, typically I want to see a breakout in one direction or the other. Also, Bookmap keeps having these massive stacks of orders that are not getting absorbed, prices coming up to them and then just turning around before it absorbs them. So if I were to enter a trade expecting to, take profit, like right now, there's a big stack of orders at 24,480. We're pulling back. On a typical day, I would have entered a short right there, be targeting these 24,480s. But I'm not doing that because we've been seeing these big ass spikes that would stop me out if I was taking these trades. Like that right there. That was a big spike up to 515 right here. Now it's dropping back down. So that would have stopped me out, and now it's going to go to my TP. And that doesn't look like a big move because of the way that I have the chart kind of condensed. But if you were to spread it out like that, I mean, that was a 20-point move basically, which is a decent sized stop. We've detected inactivity during your current live. Complete the verification, and it doesn't give me this. There we go. I was gonna say it doesn't give me the slide bar. My poor buy is still holding on for dear life. Going back to silver, don't you think it has better price action? Yeah, I've had trouble with QQQ. I personally don't like trading precious metals. If I'm not seeing what I want on NQ or ES, I just won't take a trade. I don't need to force it. I have enough days where I'm successful on NQ and ES that, taking a day off, there's nothing wrong with that. Can you give me some advice on intraday trailing with TPT? How should I approach it? I like to size a little heavier than I normally would and close trades early before they have a chance to pull back on me. So I take shorter trades with heavier sizing. The key to that, you don't have to necessarily up your sizing, but definitely take shorter trades so that it's not screwing with your drawdown. Appreciate the gifts, man. Appreciate that. Big orders down to 24,440 now. You allowed to move your take profit? What do you mean? You can move your take profit if you want. Just trail your stop with it so that it doesn't go against your drawdown. Can I show a book map and explain? Yeah, I mean, the idea here is that these levels are going to get smacked. There's very little liquidity resting above us. The next big pile of liquidity is 86 sell orders up here at 24,550. So theoretically, on a normal bookmap day where bookmap is being respected, you're going to see price flush down through this level. This is what we had yesterday, where it was all of this that you see here was above us. There was tons of liquidity, and we were just smacking level after level. What pair? I don't trade Forex, man. This is NASDAQ futures, NASDAQ and S&P futures. And this is ES bookmap right here. So we still have all these orders below us here. You still have some orders above, but you got all these heavier orders underneath us. And these are the pullbacks that are really screwing with people, probably. just like with ICT, you know, you have days where ICT concepts are not being respected, where you have gaps that are just being disrespected and blown through. You have days on Bookmap where price just doesn't move in accordance with the way that it normally moves, where, look, it's going for those orders at 24,550 now, and then it gets right to them at 24,545 and turns around. So it's just like, it's one of those days where you have to know, hey, this isn't ideal. This is dangerous. You either lower a risk or just don't take a trade for my style. If you watched a lot of ICT's content, yeah. Gone through the 2020 mentorship several times, man. How do you see the orders? It's on Bookmap. This is software, level 2 data software. All these colors, these pockets of colors, these are orders. And the volume bubbles, those are orders being placed, market orders being placed. So these are limit orders. All these are limit orders. And these are market orders coming in. The bigger the bubble, the more orders are being executed. I would disagree with that, Johnny. Like I've said, I believe that any strategy can be successful. It's a question of how you go about executing it. It's all about your psychology, your rules, your discipline. That's why you see people, even people who are like trend line traders who are successful. It's maybe not the most high probability trading strategy in some people's opinions, but their ability to execute with discipline and consistency allows them to make money. It's about $100 a month for Bookmap, about $100 a month. Yeah, Impulse, I don't either. Not ideal. Do you do mentorships? No, I don't sell anything, man. I don't do any of that. Not one of those guys, and I won't be. My money comes from trading. I do these lives in lieu of doing any of that. Try to help people. There's plenty of people that the market is saturated with people who think that their knowledge is worth selling. At the end of the day, though, the majority of those people are giving you information that you could get for free online. And what they don't tell you is the key to success isn't necessarily a strategy in terms of ICT or order flow or any of that. It's discipline. What do you mean, Aaron? Sorry, I was just reading some news about some oil manufacturers. Yeah, it's kind of tough to decide what to make on all that, man. Like I said before, the market is just so saturated. I feel like it's a really weird time in the trading space because the space is so saturated with people, man, and everybody thinks that they have the answers and that their strategy is top notch. I don't know. To me, it's a little demoralizing to want to try to put out content for that because it's like I don't want to be doing what everybody else is doing. At the end of the day, like I've said, you can find success in trading virtually any strategy. It's so much of it is psychology, man. People don't understand that they strategy hop to this strategy and that strategy, and at the end of the day, they're the ones who are the problem. And it's kind of hard to make educational videos on that. Really, the only thing that really gets that across is short form and these lives. I like that, Ryan. I like that. Long crude. It's actually, price is coming down a little bit. This is crude right here. I expected way bigger spike than this. I think it'll take a little bit of time, but I think it'll potentially go up higher. We'll see. What kind of content would you want to see, Aaron? I feel like you give a little nudge for people to look into the information themselves. Yeah. I think if you can take away anything from my stuff, man, and I post like things like this on my stories or on my actual page. If you can take away anything from me, it's figure out a way to try to get more discipline in your life, and that'll help you on the charts more than anything else. Seriously, I mean, whether it's doing something as simple as making your bed every day. I know that sounds silly, but like if you can start to execute things on a daily basis that are hard to do, or maybe for you personally they're hard to do, and you can do that on a consistent basis, that sort of discipline carries over to the charts in a huge way. I haven't taken a trade, Alan. This is NASDAQ futures. NQH 2026. Let's see what Trump's talking about. Not seeing him. I'm not seeing Trump on anything. Matt, I have a live account. Yeah, I haven't really been focused on it lately. I have an account with AMP. I've mostly just been trying to, I had a really rough January, so I've been hesitant to go back into personal capital until I start making sure that I'm squared away. I feel like for me, if I'm not doing well on prop firms, I'm definitely not going to do well in personal capital. In January, I got eaten alive, so I'm just trying to build back. Leah, I mean, this price action is pretty much, I mean, we're starting to get the dump a little bit here, but see, it's going right to these orders and then just rejecting and then going into nothing. What I typically look for on a day when I am taking trades is just bookmap to be respected. These orders just to get absorbed, create momentum, just dump to the downside here. I mean, obviously the main draw on liquidity is this London low, and you have orders down there, but price is just hesitant to break loose. It's really wicky. So to me, that's just not ideal trading for me. Any orders above us on ES? There are some, yeah. 67.60 has a big pocket of orders there. And there's orders from 67.50 all the way up to 67.75-ish. But there's more orders down to 67.20. There's more consolidation of orders down to there. Blue 3 fundeds. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Thank you for putting us on the boat, man. Hey, of course, man. Even though some people just, they don't understand. They talk crap about it. I'm glad you appreciate it. How do you feel about the 2022 model? It can be effective. This is what I'm talking about with Bookmap on days like today, Leah. See this big pocket of orders at 40. That was just really weird, whatever happened right there. But typically, if we absorbed these orders, price would have continued, just dumped right through this level. Yeah, just use candles. Sure, buddy. Every model is effective with the right strategy. I love that, Matt. That's exactly right. That's how I feel about it. Yeah, patience is key here, man. Patience is definitely key. Oh, you're up. You're eating well then. Shorts from 24,563. What's your TP, London? Six micros. You're up like 1,500, right? There's getting to be some good action here, some swift movements to the downside. Still a big order at 24,400 there. Just absorbed it. And then 370, where right around where London low is, right on London low, there's another big order. Made 20% on puts. There you go. What kept you going after the tough years? Knowing that I could do this, seeing the people that were successful doing this, knowing that they didn't have anything special going that I didn't have. I mean, a level of arrogance, to be honest with you, might not, some people might think that's a turnoff or, you know, not a good thing. But I think that I think I've had a level of arrogance when it comes to success. You meet people. I've met a lot of people who are highly successful in the sense of like financial success, and they don't have anything special that I don't have. They just made decisions and had consistency that I at the time had not yet applied to my life. And so if you get to the point where you're like, if you start to meet enough people that are financially very successful, you realize that there's nothing about them that is really crazy unique. You know, and if you tell yourself, if they can do it, I can do it, and you mean that and you believe it, you can find some level of success. I haven't taken a trade, user. Haven't taken a trade. I'm waiting to see this London low get absorbed, and I want to see. You want to know my prediction at this point? I think that we're going to take this London low, and price is just going to fall out after that. No, I'm at 12 accounts right now, DJ. And here comes potentially the London low. Hey man, I did some paper trading after my position. Would have been 24,570. 24,570. That's where you would have been short from. Why do you like prop firms? Because they give you a way to make money without risking a tremendous amount of your own personal capital. Limited downside and virtually unlimited upside. There's London low. Been trying to reach you, Steve. I appreciate that, man. My warranty's good. Thank you, though. Yeah, the warranty on the Pinto, man. The Pinto's going strong. Let's see if I was right about this. I expected us to hit this and then just dump. Others would say, well, wouldn't you expect it to turn around after sweeping that? Yeah, that could happen, and that would be typical, but I think this is going to create the momentum to the downside potentially. Small one and I'm gone. There you go. You missed that dump. I never miss, bro. Never miss. DJ, you should be up like $1,600, right? Maybe a little bit more than that. It's like a 150-point move, right? 63, you said. Oh, that's a vertical line. Hang on. Yeah, you're up 200 points basically. 2.3, yeah. Was that $12 per point with six micros? That's a good day right there. I'd be tempted to close and call it with the way price is. We're pushing up now, and then back down, and then up, and then back down. They respected the orders from Bookmap, right? Did, yeah. They're from about the 440 area, or yeah, 440 down to London low. It was doing pretty much what you want to see Bookmap doing. Yeah, it was absorbing orders. It was giving you the slight pullbacks and then the dumps. As Rips calls them, and as I've adopted his lingo, he calls those the pitch and catch. So the pitch would be the pullback. If you look down here, I'll drop even to the 30-second. This is exactly what you want to see here. So on the 30-second, you see these pitch, catch. This is where you would cover. And then again, there's the pitch, and then the catch down to the London low you would have covered right here. So that right there is beautiful. And if you were in this, so you see this pitch, and then the catch is coming all the way down here to the London low. When you enter this trade, you're going to enter it probably around this area right here, and your stops are going to be just above. For me, they would be just above this previous high. And if you wanted to be, that's it, setting a super tight stop. If you want to be a little bit more risky, you put it above the previous pitch. And I've had great success trading this way recently. It's exactly what I did on that move yesterday for the move up. I did that. I rode that the whole way. I think I took 4 trades, added into one of my trades, and just, 8. I don't think that you can connect Top Step to TradingView. That's one of the reasons I don't trade with them. You used to be able to buy a TradeAvate account with them, and you can connect it, but you can't anymore. A lot of orders down into the 30s. Now let's see if this dumps here. Pullback order at 405, big order at 405, 107 sell orders. They just moved it up to 123 sell orders. They just moved up to 430. That might be too high for price to want to go up there. Maybe not, though. We'll see. Turning around right here at this London low. I'm getting a lag for some reason. I don't know if you guys are noticing that. You see it on the screen? It's a really strong lag on my cursor. It's weird. I think order blocks are very effective in conjunction with other things. A high time frame fair value gap in conjunction with an order block is very useful. Like a 15-minute OB with a 1 hour or 2 hour fair value gap. It's pretty clutch. Not yet, Ben. $450 is a big set of orders. Dude, I am starving right now. Holy crap. Lazarus still growing. I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been neglecting him a little bit recently. I'm gonna plan to water him and give him a little TLC today, spray his leaves down and brush him. I'm gonna pet him, give him a little special treatment. Maybe not, Ben. Maybe not. I'll be fine with that. I honestly feel like I should just hop off and call it a day, because the longer I sit here, the less I'm interested. Good Lazarus. He's going strong, man. Coming for your trailing stop. I told you I would have been tempted to close at that low. Fighting for his life. Why is the London low area significant? There's a lot of liquidity resting there. Ton of liquidity resting there. Might be something even more significant if I were to look at it's a daily low. Is it a daily low? No, not a daily low, but we are getting closer to this Asia low right here is a daily low. That's why I was anticipating these lows getting smacked here, man. I really thought that we were going to dump and take out some of this. Do you like house music? Yes, I do. I do indeed. I don't know why. I'm going to refresh this real quick. My trading view is acting funky. There we go. I don't know what that was about. My cursor was like lagging every time I moved it around. Yeah, Leah, no problem. Hope you have a good day too. Have you played Cyberpunk? No, man. That's a game that I never got. The only reason I didn't get it is because there was no multiplayer. I'm big on having a multiplayer of some aspect. Like, one of the main reasons I game is to play with my brother or play with some of my friends, man. So it's like, but I've heard that it's a really fun game. Visually, it looks amazing. I've seen some people do some like mods with that, and it just looks unreal. Book map just thinned out pretty aggressively. Monitor work with, yeah. I need to upgrade my GPU, man. Planning this year to do a PC upgrade overall. Yeah, it's interesting that they do that. They want you to get the full effect. That's pretty cool. I'm going to call it here, guys. This is not something I'm interested in. I might trade something in the PM session if it presents itself. But I got a class at 12:30 I need to do some review for, because probably just a smart thing to do. But we'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. per usual. Pushing up through the 40s here. A lot of liquidity just got injected into the 40s and up to 50. Somebody trading ICT is going to say this is one of the best setups of the day so far, probably. $2K on the day. There you go. Go make some burritos, bro. Bro's going to post a 5K P&L on his story in 20 minutes. Maybe an hour or two. I'd like to hit that. Hey, bro, do you think about the 150K Apex Trader funded accounts? I think that Apex is good, man. Whatever account size you get. I personally trade the 50K Apex accounts. I don't do the big accounts. But I think that, especially after the update, the fact that you can stack 20 accounts and now they've improved the rules and the payout structure and all that, I think I would definitely give them a shot if I was you. All right, guys, I'm going to hop off. Appreciate you. If you haven't dropped a follow, drop a follow. Appreciate that. I'll be live tomorrow. We're live every day except for Thursdays. I have class on Thursday morning, so I can't stream. But we'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. same time, and hopefully we get a little bit better price action for my trading style. So appreciate you being here. Appreciate all the likes and the gifts and the engagement. You guys are awesome. God bless you. Love you. Stay safe. We'll see you tomorrow. Feed Lazarus. I got you, man.